So we'll get straight to the point. Pretty easy process and just enjoyment for mechanics and all those who like to fix things constantly. We're going to start by opening the rear cover. It has a couple of clips, nothing too serious. Then get yourself a Phillips screwdriver, and there's two screws in the back. Please keep them, don't lose them. And then you'll get to this section, which has a connector. Decide to put the screws back in there. Once you remove everything, just make sure you position at least eyesight where everything is supposed to be going. As you can see, that wire has like a shape. So you just pull it out, just like a connector. Make sure you don't bend the pins. Always keep those screws handy. Now you're going to pull the contactor or switch or whatever. Make sure you don't lose any pieces, right? Because when you pull this out, everything is very mechanical, and it has this kind of spring-loaded pin in which if it loses position, you have to restart everything, right? So just look in how the mechanism is working. Take the first plate cover, and guess what? You have this thing that switches back and forth, and it's basically full of grim. Even in the back, you can tell that one of them is just not making good contact anymore. So this is why we're having that intermittent buzz, thanks to that exact line. So let's try to fix this. It doesn't even have dielectric grease. Well, that's something that probably we could apply. But yeah, as you can see, starts from there by pulling out any kind of grime. And you can see how this tissue paper is just all the dust accumulated over 25 years of using it. So yeah, don't use any brake cleaner or anything. Make sure there's no products that will damage the plastic or the copper plate. Just clean it with a dry cloth or something, and then you'll see the dirt how it comes out. And now it's just time to position that pin, put back some dielectric grease. I always like to put some grease in there. Not too much though. You don't want to overload that thing and make it fail. So you just put it back together the way it came out. And just basically try to make it so it moves around freely from side to side, right? Consider that this part, again, it's very old. It's the first time you disassemble it, right? So it's kind of forgiving, but you don't want to overload it. So I found this trick that if you put it on a table, you'll be able to hold with one hand the entire device, switch, whatever, and then put the swivel in the middle and make sure you're pushing down so then that pin won't come out, because if not, it's going to be very hard for you to install it. And you'll see how easy it is. Once you do that, cluck, everything comes into place. Very, very easy because you used what you have around you. Once you're able to clip it and everything is nice and clipped, you'll see that as soon as you start moving things or the articulated part, it has to have both positions, which is left and right. You'll see how everything moves, and also the high beams. There you go, 1 and 2, right? They have to have that sequence from the tension of the spring. Once you have it back, the only thing you gotta do is put the connector. Be careful again with these pins because they could just bend very easy, and if that happens, you're gonna need a new one. Just make sure you're connected. It has a very small, tiny break which will clip it in place, and just put the wire as it was before. Don't make new bends, nothing. The wire had a shape already, so just be smart and put it back to where it was. And yeah, just make sure the screws that you kept aside, you put them back in there using the same Phillips screwdriver. And once you have them in, put back that dust cover, making sure that you line it up with the clips. It'll make the clicking noise. That's your go ahead. And basically that's it. So now time to put it back. Make sure you have the connector lined up and that you have room with the steering wheel. Put it on a 180-degree angle or from a 90-degree angle. So it's a matter of sliding in, finding both screws, just put it in there. Get yourself, or do yourself a favor, get a magnetic screwdriver so then you'll be able to point it out. And once you're done and you put the covers back in, just put it in the on position, and it worked. Save your money.